And I'm Manushree.
And today we're going to do a movie review about the movie Sir. It is a Bollywood movie that was just released on Netflix, but it was actually made in 2018.
So this movie was directed by Rohini Guerra, and she's a woman and a very incredible director. The main actors are Tilotama Shome, who is the main heroine, and Vivek Gomber, who is the main hero. And this is not your typical movie. It's not like a big budget film or like one of those blockbuster movies. It's really a hidden gem among all the movies, and it was, as Nawina said before, it was released in 2018, but we didn't, they released it on Netflix in 2020, so we got a chance to watch this movie.
So the story is pretty simple. It's basically just a rich man who has a maid and he falls in love with the maid. That's literally all, but they...
Yeah, so it's as Nawina said, like a maid, and it's a relationship between a maid and her master, who she calls Sir. So, and in India, it's common for families to have maids. It's not really that common here in America, but in India it is, and they're often looked as just people in low in society. So already it's a controversial movie just because the master falls in love with his maid. But I think like the story itself is a very simple story, but the acting, first of all, is really great. The heroine Tilotama Shome, she did really wonderful. She really embodied the character, and I think just all the production assistants and everything, like all the crew that helped make this movie, like they did a really good job because they really made it look like an actual story, and it was realistic and not like some sort of filmy movie. So Tilotama Shome, she plays the maid, and her name is Ratna, and she's actually a young widow. She was she had big dreams, but her parents married her off at a young age, and then her husband ended up passing away. So the village she comes from is very conservative, and therefore they just look down upon her, thinking that she's the reason that their husband had died, but she had married him not knowing the fact that he was ill. So I think the entire movie just showcases the fact that there's like that utopian ideal that you can be anything you want to be, but this is like more in a realistic way. So what she does is she's like, I need to go earn something for my family and my sister, and so my sister can study and not have the future that I had. So that's what she does, and she goes to Mumbai, where she works as a servant. And something I really wanted to say that I connected to is she has this dream to become a tailor and to make clothes and everything. And for those of you who don't know, I consider myself a very crafty person. I like just doing lots of crafts at the side, and walking into craft stores is like heaven to me. So the fact she was like, I really connected with her because I thought it was just a really great connection. I thought we both had that one thing in common, crafting and everything. So she's so ambitious, and even though like if anyone sees her in her position, they'll think, oh, poor girl, she is a maid, her husband has passed away. People may think bad of that, but you know, even with all of that, the master is a very kind and kind-hearted person, so he convinces her your life can get better, and she does the same by doing her tailoring. And Nawina can tell you all the things about how they really embodied each character.
So the main character, Ratna, she's very clean and she's a very good maid, and she did things she didn't need to do. Like, for example, she wouldn't turn the AC on or use the big TV or things like that whenever people weren't around and she was the only one in the house. And they did a lot of foreshadowing at the start. Like, for example, she wore bangles only when she was in Mumbai because you can't wear bangles if you're a widow in the village. And also, someone comes inside the house and they ask to turn the AC on because she didn't have it on the whole time she was home. There are a lot of really tiny things, and watching it a second time will like help you catch all of it. And it's really thought out, and every single scene is really careful, and like there's a lot of thought put into each scene.
She never had her shoes like in the same, she never had her shoes in the same place where the master could see them. She had her own little servant's quarters, and that's where she kept her shoes. But I think one of the greatest things is just because the master was so kind-hearted and loving to the maid, like their relationship was really great. So yeah, and it was, it's like the feeling where she would feel bad if he felt bad, and then vice versa. So this man went through this internal change that there's something more to this maid, and he wanted to discover it more. So something I forgot to mention earlier is when the master knows that she's had this interest in like tailoring, he asks her, do you want to be a tailor? And she says, no, actually I want to be a fashion designer. And that's a really big career and ambition to just pursue. So so that entire like dream of becoming a fashion designer really plays into part in the movie, and in the end, like he does his best to help her achieve that dream. And also, I wanted to speak about the rating of the movie, and it's rated mature adult, but something they did really great is, even though it is a romance movie, like, they didn't, like, ruin it with just inappropriate scenes or anything. They made it, like, a very, just good, like, a really nice, innocent kind of romance, and I thought it was very sweet to watch. It's not like, so, I mean, for parents who are watching this, you can definitely watch this movie with your kids. I would definitely recommend it, because it's more like not really it's not the relationship part, it's just the connection they share. It's more like a very rooted friendship, I think, and I thought that was just really special. So just showing that classic movie trope where it's like star-crossed lovers, people of different types of just different classes when they love each other, and usually movies tend to use that trope a lot, and they would sometimes ruin it with like some filmy scenes and everything, which, I mean, you can do that, but it won't like leave your viewers with a good with a good opinion of the movie. And this movie really did, because it didn't have scenes like that. It was great. It was a great movie to watch, and it's a perfect family movie.
Overall, the movie was very good. The screenplay was good. The music was very mild, and it kind of blended into the background. Everything was really nice. All the acting was really good. And basically, the climax is whether they end up with each other or not. I'm not going to say that, so I can force you to watch the movie. But yeah.
Yeah. If you want to find out whether they end up together or if they don't, you guys should definitely watch the movie. You can watch it on Netflix. I think that's where you can watch it, but it's Netflix, and you'll really enjoy it. It's not too long or not too short. It's just a perfect amount, and I will give this movie an 8.5 out of 10, just because there may be better movies in the future. I don't know, but this was seriously an amazing movie, and I definitely recommend watching it.
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.